Once there was a man named James who had lost everything he held dear. He had lost his job, his wife had left him, and he had no friends to turn to. James was alone, depressed, and had lost all hope for the future. James spent his days locked in his small apartment, drowning in sorrow and regret. He had no motivation to get up, eat, or even shower. His life had lost all meaning, and he saw no reason to continue living. Days turned into weeks, and James grew increasingly distant from the world outside his apartment. He felt as if he was in a deep, dark hole that he could never climb out of. He was consumed by his sadness and saw no way out. One day, James received a letter in the mail from an old friend he had lost touch with. The letter was full of kind words and encouragement, urging James to seek help and not give up on life. James initially dismissed the letter, thinking that no one could possibly understand the depth of his pain. But as days went by, the words in the letter began to sink in. James started to think about the good times he had shared with his friend and began to remember the happy moments in his life. Slowly but surely, James started to open up to the idea of seeking help. He started seeing a therapist, taking small steps towards self-care, and reaching out to old acquaintances. He started to see a glimmer of hope in his life once again. Over time, James began to heal. He got a new job, made new friends, and found a renewed sense of purpose in life. He realized that he didn't have to face his struggles alone and that there were people who cared for him. Though the journey was long and difficult, James eventually found his way back to a happy life. He knew that he would never forget the pain he had endured, but he also knew that it had made him stronger and more resilient. James had learned that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way to find the light.